guys, Lady Lee here. I wanted to take a moment today and share with you some bad experience, as a homesteader. Sometimes things work and sometimes things just don't work. I wanted to take a moment and talk to you about neem oil. If you follow my blog, you know that I love neem oil. I use it all the time around my garden, and it's pretty much the thing that allows me to keep my garden organic. I use essential oils too, but when it comes to very aggressive Colorado potato beetles or pests like that just multiply by the thousands, and if left alone for just a little bit will take over your garden, then neem oil is usually my go-to. During the growing season, I spray neem oil on my garden probably every week. We have a lot of rain here, so it's washed off the plants pretty often. So I make sure to come back and spray every week or every couple of weeks. So this year, like years before, I started my seeds indoors in my little germination room that I have here on the farm. There's a video about the germination room on my channel, and I'll link to it below if you want to take a look on how I do that. I also have a series about starting seeds indoors, so you can take a look at that too. And it was time, maybe a couple of weeks or about a week ago, it was time to transplant my cabbage and kale and broccoli and lettuce, plants like that, the cold weather vegetables. It was time to transplant them into the garden, and that's what I did. I worked probably about a couple of days to put those in the garden. It really is so very frustrating. I'm not sure if all of you guys experienced that. Maybe when you were up north, because of the winters are colder, it takes more time for the bugs to show up. But over here in the south, I'm in North Carolina, central North Carolina, we have a very, very, very bad pest problem. It took the bugs maybe 3 hours to find my cabbage and my kale and all the rest of my stuff. And a couple of days later, when I came back to the garden, half of the leaves were just chewed almost completely. I don't know if it's the birds, I don't know if it's caterpillars, I don't know if it's ants, or I have no clue what it is because I can't see anything around the plants. I can't see caterpillars or stuff like that. Usually once the weather gets warmer, I can see that. So it might even be birds, I'm not sure. But the little plants that I planted were almost, I mean, they're hanging in there, but half of them were pretty much more than half eaten. Here's an example of one of my cabbage seedlings. You can see that the leaf is pretty much half gone. There was another big leaf over here, which is completely gone. And that's pretty much the states that most of my plants, my little seedlings were in. So I got really mad. And you guys, I know better. I know to plant more because I will be sharing some of my plants with the birds and the bugs and all that. And it's not something new to me, but I don't know, I just got so mad. So I went inside and grabbed my neem oil off the shelf and mixed a gallon of water with a couple of tablespoons of neem oil. Usually during the growing season, when the plants are a good size, I use about 4 tablespoons to a gallon of water 4 tablespoons of neem oil to a gallon of water. And I know that neem oil is pretty strong, and it even says on the bottle that you're not supposed to use it when the plants are tiny. But again, I just lost it and I got so mad that I mixed the bottle anyway. I did, however, only use, I used maybe 2 tablespoons per gallon. I mix it a little less, than usual. And I figured the plants will be okay with it. Well, they weren't. I pretty much ended up burning all of my seedlings that I worked about 2 months to grow indoors. Okay, so here it is. This used to be cabbage, but it is completely burned. You can see where the holes where the bugs started eating it. And here's another leaf that was almost halfway gone. So yes, the bugs are gone now. I don't see anybody keep chewing on that plant, but you know what, the plant is gone too, which is completely devastating considering I worked 8 weeks to grow those seedlings indoors. So I guess I want to tell you a few things here. First, don't let the bugs get to you. They will be in the garden and it's fine. You plant more and you just share with them. There's no other way around it unless you are going to spray chemicals, which I really didn't want to do and don't want to do. So just accepting the fact that you are going to have some bugs in your organic garden and that it's fine. Sometimes when I go to the farmer's market, people look at my kale and they see little holes in it and they look at it kind of funny, and I always explain that if the bugs want to eat that kale, then it means it's organic and it's good, and if it's good for them, it's good for you too. However, don't let them get to you. When the plants are tiny, you can cover them with landscape fabric to protect from birds, and I actually have this fabric here, and I'm really just sorry that I was a little too lazy to pull that roll out. You can also use essential oils like peppermint and other oils, and I have some more information about that on the blog too. And you know what? Just don't give up, because I was like, okay, maybe I won't do cabbage this year. But no, what I'm gonna do is just head to town to the farm supply store, and I'm sure they have some cabbage starters, little seedlings plants that I can bring and replace the ones that I ruined. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna head to town and grab some plants and come back to the garden and plant them. And yes, that was a stupid step on my end. I just paid for electricity to heat a germination room and for lighting and all that for 2 months to get those plants in the ground, to grow them and get them to the point that I can transplant them to the garden. And I worked hard too. I spent a lot of time and I worked hard to do it. But you know what? This is just how homesteading is. And sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. And the only way to really learn is to keep on doing it and learn from your experience one year after the next. So next year, there won't be neem oil in my garden until my plants are maybe a few weeks old and have a good set of leaves and are pretty established. When they are tiny, just don't use neem oil. Use something a little bit less harsh, essential oils or some sort of covering. I know some people that put plastic jugs over their seedlings to protect them, so that's another option. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you, and we'll have a great garden anyway this year. So keep on watching, and I'll keep posting some more videos later. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell thingy so YouTube notify you when I post a new video. And I'll see you next time.